Here's my G25M-R 4-cylinder transmission. There are two different versions that have the same name. G25M-R. Here's the two different versions. Alright, the biggest difference between the FS and the KL, the easiest way to tell is this Y pattern right here. There's no Y pattern. On the KL there's also this little rotary looking design. I'm not quite sure what that's for, and I'm not going to guess. Also the top of this bell housing has a rectangular shape, where the KL, it's all rounded. So that's an easy way to tell when you are looking at a transmission. You can see the casting lines right here make a Y shape, so we already know that this is from a 4-cylinder. And then it's missing that rotary shape right here, and that would be on the KL. But one thing I noticed that's kind of threw me off, one of the first things I looked at was this waffle shape right here. The waffle shape on the FS looks a lot less pronounced. And you can see the waffle shape here. That looks more like that. This one doesn't. So that's kind of weird. Here is the 4-cylinder waffle shape, and I imagine on the KL it's going to be the same exact way. The KL might be a little larger. And then we also have this square top on the bell housing, whereas on the KL it would just be all round. There's no clutch disc or pressure plate or any of that stuff in there. Altogether, if you have the clutch discs in there, the whole thing weighs about 80 pounds. You can lift that by yourself, but it's pretty heavy. Not as heavy as the automatic transmission though. I'm sure that weighs a couple hundred pounds. Here's the top of the mount. Obviously I don't have the other side of the mount that goes onto the car. I need to try and find that. It does have this lower mount. I'm guessing this is where the shift linkage mounts to. That's just a guess. The splines inside of there look okay. Here's the lower transmission mount that I'm talking about. This has a piece of rubber. Should be about that thick. There should be another side of this mount here that's part of this, and that looks like that broke off. But I have one, and you can see it's bent right here. But I have one of those on automatic. I'm not sure if it's going to be compatible for this. Oh, I have a clutch line right here. I didn't need to pull that. Well, it's got some kind of clip. I'm not sure what you call that clip that you just pull out, like a pressure clip, pressure fitting fastener thing. That's kind of neat actually. It does have a fork. The fork is right here, this big piece. And that fork is what pulls your stuff together, I'm guessing. That kind of thing. If I had to guess, I would say this is a throw out, because it throws it out. I don't know anything about manual transmission, that's just a guess. I have had my automatic transmission for 15 years. It's the only transmission that I know. So this manual transmission, I am just starting to learn this stuff. And it's a lot of neat stuff. A lot of new things to learn. And I was kind of worried about these. I'm not sure if these are broken or if they're supposed to be like that. But it's like that for both of these. I'm not quite sure what to think about that. All in all, I guess everything looks okay. Could be better. I can go back to the junkyard and get that bolt, because I know where I can find one of those. And I do need to get that transmission mount. So that's an easy way to tell the difference between a G25M-R transmission for the V6 and the i4. Pretty cool stuff. Hope you learned something.